And welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Our final game of the night, the girls Class 2A quarterfinals, will feature number 4 rated Howe with a record of 24-6 on the year, taking on unbeaten and number 5 ranked Kiefer, who comes in with a record of 26-0. Hi again, everybody. Steve Marshall along with Mark Jeffries as we get ready to figure out the final entry into the girls Class 2A semifinals for tomorrow. And we saw a doozy of a last contest that saw Cashin come from behind after trailing early by 16 to get the victory. Christian Heritage and Fairview both very convincing in their wins earlier today, and Kiefer and Howe our matchup now.
Steve, this should be a good one, 4 versus 5. Kiefer, as you mentioned, 26-0. Last year they were 20-5, so over 2 years they're 46-5. They beat Shoto and Area to make it to this point, and man, they are loaded. We're going to see all kinds of shots, inside, outside. Really, really curious to see what the game plan defensively is for Howe on how they're going to defend the size and the quickness of this Howe team. 46-5 over 2 years. That's pretty doggone good. All right, as far as Howe, they are led by Jaylee Oglesby, averaging over 30 points a game. Steve, we might see a junk defense tonight.
Well, if you're going to see one, you would expect it to be here. I'm trying to look, and I don't see anybody else in the girls' class that averaged even 20 points per contest. The next highest after her would have been the young lady that we just saw from Vanos, who averaged 18 points per game. But, yeah, Oglesby comes in 30.9 points per game. She's only a junior, and she'll be trying to lead the way for this Howe team as they take on Kiefer. For Kiefer, this is their 6th appearance at the state tournament. They've never won a game, so obviously they have never won the title. For Howe, this is their 21st appearance at the state tournament. Their overall record, 18-16. And Mark, anytime you're over 500 going to the big house to the state tournament, that is quite an accomplishment. They have won 4 championships. The ball is in the air. And right away, we've got a turnover and a layup. It's up and good as Howe gets on the scoreboard first.
Good way to start, obviously, but a pretty substantial size difference inside the paint here. It's going to be really neat to see how they match up inside with the size that Kiefer has.
It was Oglesby who got the first 2 points of the contest. Here's a shot that's up, partially blocked on the way up and controlled by Howe. They're in the red jerseys with the white trim, and it's Oglesby again. Missed that shot inside. Quick outlet pass, nice pass into the front court. Shot is off its mark, a little too strong, and Oglesby was seemingly everywhere here in the early going. Gives it to her teammate, number 44, Zoe Nation.
No junk defense.
Shot for 3, top of the key is good. And Howe comes out firing right away. That's Kennedy Cooper, and it's a quick 5-0 lead here in the opening minute of play.
Wow, I'm really kind of surprised, sitting back in a zone. But down 5-0. Let's see what they can do with the height advantage inside the paint. They're going to fire up the tray.
Up and good for 3. That makes it a 5-3 contest as number 15 got the 3. That's Gracie Whitehouse. Shot back the other way, off the mark, and Kiefer comes back down the floor. Just underway, girls Class 2A quarterfinals, final matchup of the evening. Looking inside for Michaela Melton. She goes 6'2". Lauren Ramsey is at 6'1", so a pretty big team there for Kiefer. Here's a long shot for 3 from the top. That's off the mark, no good. Going to go out of bounds, and the basketball will belong to Howe.
So far, so good for Howe. Trying to battle the size difference, as we mentioned, a huge advantage inside the paint. So far, so good.
Left baseline. Back out top, moving it quickly around the perimeter. That's a good 25-footer, wow. And it's good. From way downtown.
Lights out so far for the Lady Trojans.
Basket up and good there by Sydney Womack. 8-3 lead for Howe here in the early going. This is Melton with the basketball. Baseline drive is short, no good. And coming away with the miss is Womack. Howe on the offensive, number 44 is Zoe Nation. She'll shoot the three. It's up and rattles out, no good. That's some tight rims here.
Yeah.
Driving all the way. Ooh, a good block from behind. Foul's going to be called on Oglesby. I thought she got all ball.
One of those that can go either way, but somewhat going to stop the bleeding here early. Too many open looks. And the Lady Trojans shooting the ball lights out so far.
Second free throw is off the mark. Keeping an eye on number 33, Michaela Melton, post girl. She's going to have a visit with the trainer over there. She was limping a little bit going to the bench as they replaced her in the lineup. Missed both free throws, but they get the offensive rebound. Back out top, long three on the way. That's short. And Howe back the other way with the basketball. Right side shot up and good. And that was a two-pointer there by Oglesby. A 10-3 start for Howe as they are on top. 4:46. Timeout on the floor.
Is that a full?
It is a full. We'll take a full timeout, come back with more right here on the Cox High School Hub, your Oklahoma Ford dealers game of the week.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Welcome to the Cox High School Hub. Make sure you tell your friends, your neighbors, your relatives. Folks out of state or out of the country, they can watch live, coxhshub.com. In the paint, little turnaround shot is up and good.
Nice move there.
Nice job by Kiefer's Lauren Ramey. Makes it a 10-5 lead for Howe. They have the basketball. Kennedy Cooper near midcourt, tied up. Still loose on the floor, still fighting for it. And Howe somehow comes away with it. And Oglesby gets another bucket. 12-5 the lead, and Oglesby has 6. Seven-point advantage. Kiefer with the basketball at the free throw line. Spin move. Outside, three in the air. Swish. Good. Lauren Ramey gets the bucket. Makes it 12-8.
Kind of back and forth here. Still in a man-to-man. And they are really extending the pressure defensively. This is the Lady Trojans.
Meantime, Melton got her ankle taped and she's ready to check back in. No shot foul before the play took place. As Michaela Melton, the 6'2 senior, ready to check back in. Missed about 2-3 minutes at the most. And replaces number 22 in the lineup. That was Addison Toe. Out top, they finally did come out on her at the last second.
Oh.
That was a bad anticipation on which way the ball was going as she ran her over.
That's only the second team foul here early.
Howe with the basketball and a 4-point lead. Nice back cut and a good block by Melton. Got the ball back. Was fouled on the play. Foul's going to be called there on Ramey.
Steve, so many times you forget about the person that inbounds the ball, both on slobs and blobs. That's a rarity there. Missing a throw by Oglesby.
Missed the first. We'll have a second one to go. as Ramey takes a seat now on the bench for Kiefer. Second one is good. 13-8. Oglesby has 7 of the 13 for Howe. Kiefer answering back. 3-ball is short. Could have been an over-the-back foul. None called, and now the whistle does blow. Let's see which way this is going to go.
Yeah, they're going to say in the act of shooting, so she's going to get 2.
Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter of play. Howe has led since the opening tip. Misses the free throw, does Kiefer. Second one on the way, and this one's a little too strong, no good. Oglesby with the rebound. Quickly double teamed. Tries to dribble through, gets through, stops, and kicks to Justin Lynn. Back to Oglesby. Back to Lynn, baseline. Throw it out top, lost it. Kiefer, one-on-one, back the other way. Shot's good, and she's fouled on the play. Basket for number 20, Kenzie Cook, the senior, taking it to the hole, getting the bucket and the and one opportunity.
Nice move there, not trying to shy away from the contact. And some coaches teach their players to run through on that when you know you're beat on the break. A lot of times they want you to run through, but if you do run through, do not make contact. Obviously that time, contact was made.
Free throw is good, and it's a 13-11 lead for Howe. Trouble, throws it away, loose basketball from the floor, diving and punching it forward to her teammate, and Kiefer has possession. Chance to tie or take the lead. Pace is slowed just a bit. Kiefer looking to the sidelines to head coach Corey Campbell. Inside to Melton. Underneath. It was almost marked when she got it and she turned. She looked at the free throw line. That was covered, and then underneath.
That's a great point. What a pass, though. Block to almost the other block on that. Let's see if they can get the inside game going.
Melton back on her way down. Puts up the tough shot and gets it to go for 2.
Yeah.
And we're all tied up.
Really going to have to help from the weak side on that. You're going to shut that down.
The freshman just into the ball game, drives and scores 2. Nice job on the inside for Howe, getting the bucket, Michaela Twyman.
They're letting them play a little bit, just like they did the last game. Obviously a new officiating crew. A little bit of physical play out there.
Melton had it down low. Here's a shot for 3 and the lead. And Kiefer drains it from the top. Basket there by Joe Harbison.
When the focus goes to the paint, somebody's going to be open on the perimeter, and a great kick out and a knockdown of the tray.
First lead of the ball game now for Kiefer. Howe looks to answer his back. Oglesby knows how to use that glass, doesn't she?
Yeah. Very, very fundamentally sound. She's got some handles. There's a reason she's averaging over 30 a game.
Has 9 already. Final 40 seconds of this first quarter of play. 1 point advantage for Howe. They have for Howe on top. Kiefer with the basketball.
Pretty entertaining first quarter so far, Steve.
Both teams have their weaknesses and their strengths. Sometimes that's the best basketball, when you play one strength against the other. Obviously, the size advantage belongs to Kiefer. And Ramey checks back in, or Ramey rather, Lauren Ramey back in. Senior averaging 12.7 points per game, averaging double digits. 15 seconds. Pass to Melton just beyond the free throw line. Puts it on the floor, drives, puts it up, misses it, gets her own rebound and scores 2. 7 seconds left. for the end of the quarter. 5 going to have to get the shot off. Twyman driving, passing, and they do not get the shot off. And that's the way the first quarter comes to an end. Good first quarter of basketball. Kiefer on top of Howe. They lead at 18-17 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Steve Marshall, Mark Jeffries. Quarterfinal action, girls class 2A. Christian Heritage has advanced. They'll play Fairview in tomorrow's semifinal matchup. That'll be a 10:30 a.m. contest. Cashin won their contest. They will play the winner of this game, scheduled for 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Got some good basketball here at girls 2A that we have seen. Saw a lot in that last game with Cashin coming from behind to beat Vanoss. Kiefer with the basketball. They've got the lead here. Melton taken away. Driving. Laying it up and good. Basket there by Howe, number 15 on the score, and that is Rachel Beams, who had just checked in the lineup for the first time.
That's good defense there. When the big comes out that far, you want to put that pressure on, and they did a great job.
Again, as you mentioned, they're letting them play. Here's the pass that little too tall, falls loose for just 1 second, and Howe's able to take it away. Oglesby is stripped. How about that for a steal? Driving it in, putting it up and good for 2. Wow, what a play. As number 20, Kenzie Cook with a dazzling play. Back and forth we go. Kiefer back on top by 1. Down low, spinning. Melton gets a hand on it, blocks it, outlets ahead to Ramey. Ramey too tall for her teammate. That's a loose basketball. And the ball will be turned over to Howe with just about 6.5 minutes left to go here before halftime. 1 point ball game, back and forth we go. Kiefer leading Howe by 1.
Really no domination by either team, either from beyond the arc or on the inside game. Just playing some good basketball right now, Steve.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. We look up and we see that distribution of the scoring for Kiefer is well documented. Here's a 3 from the corner, up and good for Howe. Getting the basket. Number 10 is Twyman. She now has 5.
Jump trap coming. They do a good job against it.
Baseline drive. Shot may have been blocked there, 22-20. 3 lead changes already here in just the second quarter. Howe would like to extend that, and they have it taken away. 2-on-1. Drive to the basket, miss the shot, get the rebound, try to go back up with it, but a whistle and a foul called. As Ramey got the rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line. So Ramey to the stripe to shoot 2. Rolls out no good.
Having a tough time at the line. We'll look at the stats at halftime, but in these situations, you really want to take advantage if you get to go to the line.
1 of 2 from the stripe. 1 point ball game. Howe has the basketball and that 1 point lead. Howe, the Lady Lions. Kiefer, the Lady Trojans. On the floor, loose basketball.
That's jump ball.
And the tie basketball, and it's going to be Howe on the alternate possession. Just about 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Keep you updated on some of the other scores from across the state, not only in 2A, but 3, 4, 5, and 6. Biggest weekend of basketball in the state of Oklahoma. We crowned champions last week. Here's a shot for 3. It's good.
Wow.
From way downtown. Looks like she got tired of all the other options, just tried to shoot it herself, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Kennedy Cooper with her first points of the ball game. 25-21. Lady Lions on top. Inside low to Ramey. Shot is up and good for 2.
Yeah, it's a great job breaking the pressure. The trap was coming. And once again, anytime that jump trap's taking place, it's all about where the next pass is going to. They did a great job. Ended up getting 2 inside on it. Now here's a turnover.
8 points for Ramey now to lead the way for Kiefer.
Steve, it's not like they disguised that trap either. I mean, you can see it coming. And it's not about that initial pressure that takes place. It's where the ball's going once the trap happens.
Little forecourt pressure now. Kiefer's able to break it down and shoot the 3 from the corner. That's short. Melton comes up with the basketball, throws it back over her head, is fouled on the play, and she'll get to shoot 2.
Sometimes that's a tough call when the referee's in the position underneath the basket and the contact happens on the opposite side. I know some referees, they'll admit, it's under the assumption of what the action was.
Under the assumption of I've never heard that before. I like that.
Oh, believe me, I've heard them all.
Free throw, first one is good. Second one, swish as well for Michaela Melton. She leads the team in scoring 14.8 points per contest, now with 6, and we're tied up at 25 apiece. Way outside, another 3, no good. Oglesby with the rebound, put back good for 2.
Second chances, we've talked about it the last couple of weeks. If you get an opportunity, you got to convert, and they did that time. Lead by 2.
As we get halfway through this second quarter of play, Ramey, high post to Melton, puts it on the floor, throws up a hook shot that misses the mark. Oglesby comes down with the rebound. Good bullet pass down low, missed the shot, however. Oglesby goes to the floor, out of bounds. It will belong to Kiefer. Half the crowd likes it, the other half doesn't like it.
Well, that's kind of what you would expect.
Absolutely. Good tight ball game. I guess the biggest lead was probably Howe when they went up 12-5. It was tied at 13 apiece, and since then it's just been back and forth. Quick drive, lost it. Oglesby comes up with the basketball. Has numbers, drives. Off the glass, blocking foul called against Kiefer.
Really could have went either way, Steve. There was a little bit of movement, but the principle was she had gotten there in plenty of time to take the charge, but a little bit of movement sends Oglesby to the line, knocks down the first one.
Foul called on Kiefer, goes against Joe Harbison. Oglesby now into double figures. She has 12, make it 13 points. That got to a 4-point lead for the Howe Lady Lions. Long pass, wide open underneath, left hand, easy 2 points there. Basket for Gracie Whitehouse.
You're right, it is back and forth. Mistakes by both teams, but great plays also by both teams. They're playing not bad defense.
Fakes the shot from the corner, goes
nice
around.
move.
Melton puts it up off the glass and good. That was a pretty move. Justin Lynn with the bucket. And a steal by Howe. Oglesby surveys the floor, gets around one defender. Way outside from about 30 feet. It's
Wow.
good.
That really
about
was
that?
from 30.
I'm telling you, Sydney Womack from way downtown. 7-point lead, and Kiefer needs a timeout. 2:31 left to go here in this first half of play. It's 34-27, 30-second timeout means we'll keep it right here Thanks for joining us on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week here on the Cox High School Hub.
Steve, you would be amazed. Even if you go over situations like that, you know your opponent, you know what they're capable of, and there's teams in this day and age, hey, they can knock it down from 27, 28, 29 feet. You cannot give them open looks, especially when the majority of the players, they're shooting from their chest. That shot in this day and age, most of those long-range threes are coming from right here, right around the chin, right around the chest, and you give them space and give them free reign to jack up those shots from 28, 29 feet, they're going to knock them down.
That's a good point, because I don't think you know, unlike a Russell Westbrook who, can shoot that pull-up three, a lot of these are what we would refer to back old school as set shots, not jump shots. Kiefer misses. Oglesby comes down with the loose basketball. Howe on top by 7. Line it up for another three. This one's short and controlled, or seemingly controlled, by Melton underneath. Ramey back to Melton. Looks for some help. Gets it across the timeline as we go under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Howe on top by 7. Kiefer with the basketball. Cross court. Looked at the three. Passed it up. Hook pass to Ramey in the corner. That's off the mark. No good. Big opportunity here for Kiefer to open up the biggest lead they've had. Oglesby with a nice little wraparound. Puts it up and good for 2.
Yeah, that was 1 on 3. And rule number 1 in that situation, you got to stop ball. And nobody stopped the ball. 3 players right there. The lead opens up to 9.
Nice run by Howe. They fight through and push it up the floor. And then bringing it out. Wise play there. Pass down low. Oglesby. Floater on the baseline. No good. Ramey comes down with the miss. Liddy Trojans back the other way, and we're under 1 minute left to go in this first half. Ramey strong to the hole. Lays it up and good for 2.
Nice move there. Taking advantage of the gap. Gets to the rim. Puts it up and in.
Ramey now into double figures. She has 10 points.
Let's see if they go for 1. No, they're going to fire it.
Of course they are.
Am I the only guy in the arena that would hold for 1 shot under 30?
That, I agree with you. 22 seconds left. Kiefer inside Melton. Glass and good for 2. And it's a 5-point ball game.
I mean, that's a 4 or a 5-point swing there. If you hold it just for 1 shot. Here's another one going up.
Way outside. Bounces twice off the rim. No good. 6 seconds left. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Heaves it down the floor. Throws it up at the buzzer. Would not have counted, says the official, in the first half. Comes to a close. Kiefer rallies after falling behind by 7. They get it back to within 5. It's 36-31. Howe leads Kiefer in the girls' Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. We'll take a timeout. Halftime coming your way next.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazzio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazzio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds, whipped cream, and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand
Moxie.
and a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Halftime of our final 2A girls quarterfinal matchup. Got a good one here as Howe is on top of Kiefer. They lead it by a score of 36-31. As I check my running score tab, Howe got off to the early 5-0 start. Kiefer battled back, tied it up at 13 apiece. And at the end of the first quarter of play, it was Kiefer leading by 1, 18-17. The two teams traded the lead back and forth 5 different times. After that, before half, it was tied last at 25-25. Biggest lead of that first half was 9, as Howe led it 36-27, but Kiefer's able to get the final 4 points of that first half to cut that lead to 36-31, and that's where we stand at the halftime intermission.
Very close game, Steve. Yes, a lead of 5, but when you look at the stats, both teams very, very similar. Points off turnovers, both teams have 10. Second chance points, Kiefer has 5, Howe has 3. Here's the big difference. Bench points, 0 for Kiefer, and the Howe Lady Lions, they have 9. They also shot the ball very well, 14-24, 58%, while the Lady Trojans a 42.9% clip. Here's something else. We talk about it all the time, free throws. Kiefer was 4 for 9 from the line in the first half, and just like we saw in our game prior to this one, free throws very, very critical, especially when it comes down to the stretch. But pretty entertaining game, kind of back and forth, really not a double-digit lead at any time. They tried to work it a little bit inside the paint, and kind of what I expected.
The leading scorer coming in, Jaylee Oglesby, came in averaging 30 points per contest. She's not disappointed so far. She has 15, so she's right on target for her normal scoring output. Womack had 6 in that first half. So as you can see, Womack with 6, Twyman with 5, and then for Kiefer, the leading scorer was Ramey. She's in double figures with 10. Melton had 8 points in that first half of play, 5 apiece for Whitehouse and Cook. To give us our score that we have right now here at halftime, it's Howe on top of Kiefer. They lead it by a score of 36-31 on your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Game of the week. Stay with us. Second half action coming up.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Back at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, there you can see the Kiefer Lady Trojans getting ready for second half action. They find themselves trailing by 5, 36-31. Congratulate the teams from last week that won the gold ball in Class A Girls. It was Sealing winning their third straight. On the boys' side of the thing, guy that we got to know a little bit, Mark, Scott Hines over at Fort Cobb Broxton, they won their fourth consecutive state title. Quite an accomplishment for him. Have all of his sons graduated now, or does he still have?
No, I think that's it.
I think so. What a run they've been on. 4 consecutive. In Class B, the girls from Hammond won the gold ball. That's their second. They won their original one back in 2006. And the boys from Red Oak, a bit of a surprise, winning the B state championship. They also won it in 2009 and 2016 and win their third gold ball. Congratulations to those teams from last weekend. You got any updates score-wise?
Yeah, some interesting scores on the boys' side real quick. At the half, Sand Springs leads Norman North 21-18.
Wow.
18 points at the half for the Timberwolves. Some other scores in Class 2A. Wright City, the number one team in Class 2A, all over CHA 25-6 in the second quarter. In 4A action, Hugo leads Sequoia Tahlequah 21-19 at the half. Daniel Webster, they play a brutal schedule for Class 4A. They are leading Seminole right now by 9, 31-22 at the half. And in an upset, some people might call it an upset. I wouldn't. I know how good Booker T is. Booker T defeats Carl Albert 86-82, and they are moving on to what should be a very, very entertaining matchup in that next round in 5A. A couple other scores. These are finals. Luther over Ketchum in Class 3A action. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Class 2A. And then Broken Arrow comes back, the number one team in Class 6A boys, and defeats Edmond Memorial 48-46.
All right, so there's a look at your halftime scores. And Kiefer girls have taken the floor. They're ready to do battle here in the second half of play. They'll start 5 points in the hole, 36-31 after that first half of play. Number of lead changes. The biggest lead of that first half, as we said, was Howe when they were leading by 9. Jaylee Oglesby is not disappointed. She has 15 points to lead the way for Howe. Lauren Ramey has 10 for Kiefer. Kiefer's basketball as we start the second half in this girls Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. Winner will go on to take on Cashin tomorrow. Ramey looks down low to Melton. Lob inside. They try to get it to Melton. They do, and she's fouled on the way up.
All right, you remember what I said in the first half? That's a great example of it.
Yep.
And it's a tough call, and these guys do a great job, but sometimes that becomes very, very frustrating when you do not see the actual identified contact that takes place. You assume the physicality and the contact that takes place.
I want to see where that's written down. Misses the free throws, both of them, so unable to connect. Oglesby drives the length of the floor, and Melton puts her hand on top of the ball and just blocks it clean as can be. Great anticipation, and Howe comes up with the steal. Howe top, looked at the three, and then looks off. Oglesby on the wing. Runs the floor deep in the right corner for three. Shot's no good. Running down the rebound for Howe. Number 4, Sydney Womack. Oglesby, jump stop in the lane, rolls in good. She has 17, and it's a 7-point lead for Howe.
Once again, if you're Kiefer, stick to the plan, run your offense. Plenty of time left, no time to panic.
Inside for Melton. Looks, lost it for a second, got it back. High post now to Melton. Ramey's in the corner. Melton's going to take it to the hole, drive and shoot and score 2.
That's a good move there. Nobody was going to get in her way and take the charge on that one.
5-point advantage again for Howe, and a steal by Kiefer. Taking it away and driving inside. Great job on the block from behind by Oglesby to not draw the foul. And Kiefer will inbound underneath the Howe basket.
Yeah, you said it, Steve. That was an outstanding basketball play there, not to make contact and get called for the foul, and had the ability to go ahead and block the shot.
6:14 left to go here, third quarter. Timeout called by Howe coach Chris Brown. He's seeing something either he likes and wants to expose or doesn't like and wants to take care of right now. It was a 5-point ball game at half, still a 5-point ball game with just over 6 minutes left to go in this third quarter of play.
Now, not too many adjustments needed to be made by either team at halftime. Both playing pretty solid basketball. Just take care of the basketball. Do not give up the second chances, though. That is a huge key with both these teams.
Kiefer basketball, they trail by 5. We're just underway here in the second half. Here's a shot for 3 that's short, air ball. Missing that one, number 20 for Kiefer, Kenzie Cook. Howe with the basketball. Number 4 is Womack. 6 points, 2 big threes in that first half of play. Near steal, loose on the floor. Oglesby comes away with it. Pulls up, shoots the baseline jumper, no good, and Melton clears the miss. Outlets to the front court. Kicks to the wing. In the corner, wide open with all day to shoot, and she drains it.
We talked about it in the first half. Cannot give up the open looks. It's too easy to get that shot off when you're not applying any pressure beyond the line.
Gracie Whitehouse gets it to fall, and then Howe answers back. They shoot an air ball from the top of the key. So a 2-point basketball game, and Kiefer will have the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead. Across the timeline with the basketball for Kiefer. Number 20 is Kenzie Cook.
Looking for the back screen there, coming off of it. They go high-low, little 2-game action. Great look there, did a great job throwing down the back screen for the little high-low action. And she'll be going to the line for 2.
Melton was kind of in and out in the first half. She'd have a little run and then wouldn't hear much from her for a while, but she's been in the mix for most everything here in the second half. She has 10 points and gets 1 of 2 from the free throw line, so it's a 1-point ball game. Howe led by 7. They got the first 2 points of this third quarter play. Here's an open look at a 3, and it's good. Knocking it down from the far side is Zoe Nation.
You're going to give them that much space, and you can shoot the tray. You're going to get a decent look if you're not defending. There's another one.
On the way, up no good. Offensive rebound, Ramey, no. Melton follows that, and it's good. And Kiefer right now really doing a great job on the offensive boards, keeping them in this contest. Here's a 3, left side, that's off, no good. Offensive rebound, put back. Shot was altered by the presence of Ramey and Melton. Back the other way comes Kiefer, a chance to tie or take the lead. Melton at the high post. Trying to work her way and get position inside. They're really going after it in low. Shot for three from the top of the circle is good, and Kiefer takes the lead back 42-41.
Back and forth. Things are starting to heat up a little bit.
Oglesby has the one basket so far here in the third quarter, been somewhat quiet, still has 17 on the night. Open look at a three. This one's off, no good. Melton grabs the miss. Nice outlet pass, 2-on-1. Step through, no. Howe comes away with the basketball, and then a foul is going to be called against Kiefer. And I believe they're going to get number 35 on the foul.
Steve, I'm not going to call that a cherry pick, but it was pretty interesting to see. There was a little bit of leak out there to establish that break, but just took it in too deep to really have a good look, taking it to the rack.
Kiefer's first lead since they led it 20-19.
Oh!
Shot for three from Howe is good from way downtown. Kennedy Cooper with the bucket.
Well, you don't need UPS or FedEx to deliver the message that if they've got space and they've got a look, they're going to jack it up and make it.
Melton in another fantastic block by the much smaller Oglesby, who ran by, swiped, got the top of the basketball, and forced the turnover. 2.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. Wide open look, another three, airborne, and swish again.
Wow.
And very quickly a timeout as Kennedy Cooper, who hadn't done a whole lot to this point, lights the fire, knocks down 2 threes in a row. She's into double figures now with 12. 2:24 left to go here in the third quarter.
I got to keep it here. I had a little malfunction with the scoreboard there, but we got it corrected.
You're doing everything over there, running the controls. Just don't get to the point where you don't need me, okay?
That's not going to happen.
All right.
But very, very entertaining basketball game here. And I mentioned it earlier. I really like the style of when they let them play. And they're letting them play. But I'm telling you, man, it drives me absolutely bonkers like any other coach when you're giving up so many open looks. But more importantly, when they're knocking them down, that'll drive you nuts, man. Gray hair, no hair, whatever you want to call it.
Well, and from what I've always heard from coaches, as long as they're consistent, coaches don't really care how the game is called.
No.
Unless you're just a team that, has a bunch of, thin guys that really aren't able to muscle up against a team that is much bigger and much stronger.
They're letting them play, but both teams giving up way too many open looks. And the creation of offense is not necessarily done by screening or moving without the ball. It's just not getting to the point where you're closing out well when the open look is developed.
Yeah, it used to be where you didn't have to guard somebody 25 feet from the basket, but you sure do now these days. Melton in the lane, muscles her way inside and puts it up good for two. She's unstoppable when she gets down low in there. 47-44. As we go under 2 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. The winner moves on, and they will play Cashion in tomorrow's semifinal matchup. Deep in the corner, Oglesby. No. Misses this one. Ramey runs the floor all the way down. Missed the shot, and Oglesby comes away with it. Behind the back dribble, pulls up, shoots it from 19 feet, and drains it.
That's a nice move there. How many times do you see players take that little pull-up jumper?
Back out to a 5-point lead for Howe. High post, Melton will turn and shoot it. She'll knock it down from 16 feet. Melton has had a really good second half to this point. She's up to 17 now. Her and Ramey in double figures for Kiefer. 3-point lead, Oglesby fouled in the play. Foul's going to be called on number 20 for Kiefer. That's Kenzie Cook. Foul situation, 2 team fouls on both, so we're still a ways away from getting to the bonus.
Yeah, that was a good call there. Referee in perfect position to make that call. And she is really good at attacking just tiny gaps to create some separation to get an open look.
Way downtown, another shot for three. This one is no good. Tipped from behind, out of bounds. Should be Howe basketball still. Inbounding underneath for Howe, number 24, Kennedy Cooper. And it's thrown away. 2-on-1. Taking it inside, just throwing it up off the glass. Look for a foul. Doesn't get it. Howe back the other way. Way outside, another bomb, and it's good.
Forget about going for one shot. We're just going to blast it from 30.
Wow. Womack with another one from way downtown. That is crazy. She now has 9. Trying to answer back, shot missed. Oglesby rebounds, 15 seconds left. Howe leads by 6 into the front court. I thought she was going to shoot it. 8 seconds. Oglesby gets the defender in the air, puts up the shot, no good. Open down the floor, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lets the shot go at the buzzer. Would have counted had it gone, but it comes up short. And we are through 3 quarters of play. 52-46. Howe on top as we head to the fourth quarter on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Back at the fairgrounds, has the makings for another great finish. Howe leads Kiefer 52-46.
Knocking down some bombs in that quarter, Steve. We talked about it in the previous game. The fact that not too many of these teams are going to grind it down with less than a minute and try and go for one shot. No need with no shot clock to play for 2 and all that nonsense. But a couple of times, man. That last time, there was about 40 seconds left, and she knocked it down from about 31 feet.
Yeah, Womack has 3 threes, and none of them have been inside 25. You know, that range that we all had when we were younger, about 28, 29 feet. Oglesby drives inside, knocked out of bounds.
Every time I see shots like that, it just brings back memories on this court of Stevie Clark and Seth Youngblood battling it out, throwing down 32-footers.
My, how the game has changed. Offensive rebound, but Melton just takes it away as though it were a loose basketball. Never even got close to getting the shot off. Good job by Ramey in the backcourt, and Kiefer has the ball, trailing by 6. Just underway, fourth quarter, live from the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Melton inside, backs her way down, spins, little hook shot up and no good. Oglesby comes away with the loose basketball.
It's a good move, good opportunity. Just cannot finish around the rim.
You look at Oglesby, and they list her at 5'8", I think, and she plays a lot taller than that. Really has a great sense on how to deliver the basketball, and there you see her go off the glass and good for 2 more. She has 19. 54-46, 8-point advantage. The biggest lead in the ballgame has been 9. That was late in the second quarter of play. Melton puts it on the floor, drives, puts it up wildly, gets the rebound, puts that back up, and she's fouled on the play, and she'll get to shoot 2.
The thing about her 19, Steve, it's not a selfish 19. It's not like they're totally running the offense around her. She's just a very, very solid basketball player and does it all. Attacks, shoots the 3, runs it in transition, and really, really impressed what I've seen so far.
And I don't have her for any threes.
Yeah.
It's not like she's just out there being the mad bomber.
She's got that nice little pull-up jumper, too. You don't see that.
Very composed out there. Free throw 1 of 2, 54-47 now. As we near 6.5 minutes left to go. Oglesby takes a breather on the sideline. Can't imagine she's going to be there too long. Here's a shot for 3. This one's short. Rolls off to the corner, out of bounds, and belongs to Kiefer.
Plenty of time left, down by 7.
Up off the bench for Howe, checking in number 22, Morgan Turner, senior guard. Can't imagine that Oglesby is going to be on that bench very long at all. Oh, nice recognition, nice pass. Shot is blocked, foul on the play, and going to the free throw line is Lauren Ramey. Nice set play there.
Yeah, that's a good foul by Womack there. Definitely was going to lay it up and in on a nice little set that was ran to try and get the ball inside.
First free throw is up and good.
Still plenty of time left.
And she'll get a second free throw here. On the way, got them both. 54-49, 6:12 to play.
Little pressure here. Set up a little 2-2-1. Trap coming. That's a good timeout.
Whew.
Very
Yes.
good timeout.
Especially since it was about to be a turnover, it looked like. So a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 6:03 left to go. Howe leads Kiefer 54-49 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Back at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, 6:03 left to go here, fourth quarter. Howe leads Kiefer. The winner moves on to play in tomorrow's 2A Girls State semifinal. And the winner will take on number 2 Cashin, who was victorious as they rallied furiously after falling way behind Vanoss to get the victory. Christian Heritage and Fairview will play tomorrow morning at 10:30 in the other semifinal matchup. Still 6 minutes left to go in this contest. Howe has the basketball, leading by 5.
Let's see if they show any kind of patience and whether or not Kiefer starts trapping or doing anything to put a little bit more pressure on.
Game check right here. Possession arrow belongs to Kiefer. Kiefer has 3 timeouts remaining. Howe has 2. Looks like maybe they're slowing things down a little bit, Mark.
Yeah. A little bit of patience. Like I said, when you trail by 5 here, you really got to turn up the knob and really D up. You're nowhere near the 1-and-1, so you can take some chances with some players that aren't necessarily in foul trouble, but you just can't continue to let them burn time off the clock.
Out top, Oglesby. Baseline drive to the basket, put it up and good. That's a big bucket right there.
Yeah, and so many times when you're trying to play D like that, you get lulled to sleep a little bit. Wow, bad turnover there.
Howe comes away with the basketball. Lead now up to 7. Biggest lead of the night has been 9 actually, when it was 36-27 in favor of Howe. Oglesby again working the clock.
Once again, Kiefer we should remind everybody they are undefeated, 26-0 coming into this game, so they're not used to being in this position.
Oglesby called for the travel. Checking out will be number 15, Rachel Beams. It's Kiefer basketball. They trail by 7.
Big possession here, Steve. Really, really need a bucket. Doesn't need to be a 3. Really need to score.
Oh, pass deflected, stolen away. Whoa, she almost walked with it. Gets it into the front court. Bounce pass to the corner. Oglesby for 3, short. Had the offensive rebound, able to get it back to Oglesby. Pulls up, shoots it, and sticks it between the backboard and the rim. My partner Mark Jeffries will now leave, go down to the floor, and grab it off the glass.
Yeah, they're looking for another ball to knock that one out. The referee wants no part of it.
Yeah.
I know he has the skills to get it done.
And it looks like they're going to grab the old mop handle. Come on, there's nobody down on the floor that can jump up there and grab that? Guess not. Clock stopped. Little levity in the situation. 3:43 left to go in the ball game. It's Kiefer basketball. They trail by 7.
Well, this possession is really a must-score possession for the Lady Trojans if they want to keep this thing going.
Ramey inside
Nice
Melton.
pass.
Missed it. And then fouls from behind. That's a big, big turn of events right there. She got inside, used her left hand instead of her right. Missed the shot and then fouled in frustration trying to get it back.
Yeah, and Ramey made a great pass to get the high-low in there. She did a great job creating separation, but, man, could not finish around the rim.
And Melton's going to get it back.
There's still life.
Ooh, and a foul called on Oglesby. Compared to some of the contact we've seen tonight, that didn't seem like much. That's the second foul on Oglesby. She has 21 points on the night to lead the way for the Howe team. In the corner, shot for 3, short, no good. Rebound. Lady Lions into the front court as we're under 3 minutes left to play.
Now becomes keep away, Steve.
7-point lead for Howe. Kiefer's only committed 3 team fouls, so it might not hurt just to have somebody who doesn't have 2 or more to pick up a foul. Breaking it through, nobody back to play any defense.
Oh!
She chooses not to use the backboard. Oglesby hesitates, gets the defender off her feet, and then puts it in good for 2. 9-point advantage. 2 minutes left. And the ball shot missed, out of bounds. Kiefer right now looking a little rattled.
Like I said, they haven't been in this situation too many times. And unless something crazy happens the last 2 minutes of this game, you're going to go back and look at some of the things that really, really caused them to be in this situation, and one of them is not being able to finish around the rim.
Oglesby. As we go under the 2-minute mark. 9-point lead for the Howe Lady Lions.
Guys, you only have 3 team fouls. You need to be aggressive here. Yeah, that's a jump ball.
As the coach comes out of my partner, Mark Jeffries.
That's what they call jump ball.
Clock stop, tie the shoe for Howe. Everything is urgent now. 9-point lead for Howe. They have the basketball. Possession arrow belongs to Kiefer. Get in the hands of Oglesby. And a foul called. Stops the clock.
Still got 2 more. And 1 more for the bonus, so. Somewhat desperation mode right now, Steve.
deep into the backcourt. And that's a good idea. Get another quick foul. That'll be the third on Kenzie Cook. 5 team fouls, so they still need to commit another one to get to the bonus situation. Howe with the basketball and a 9-point lead. Oglesby spinning.
I told you, man, she's got some handle. She takes care of that basketball. And now you knock down a couple of throws and take care of business on the defensive side. You're going to move on.
And her demeanor seemingly doesn't change throughout the ballgame.
No.
She's just all business out there. Never see her get too happy, too down, too excited.
She's a player.
Minute 21 left to play. Trying to get it in, and coach calls a timeout with 1:21 left to go. And every possession now critical, obviously.
Womack, she was really close to traveling there. She almost picked up her pivot foot there. Cannot move the ball when you're taking the ball out on the sideline. And good call there by coach to get a TO and talk about it.
Number 1 and number 2 and number 7 have already claimed spots in tomorrow's semifinal. Howe came in ranked number 4, Kiefer number 5. So it's going to be a pretty much as expected semifinals for tomorrow. We've seen some good basketball teams. 2 more in this contest here. Howe has the ball, leading by 9 with a minute 21 left to play.
Try to go for a steal quick. If you don't get it, you have to foul. Let's see if they can knock down free throws.
Got to get it in. Shoot it for Oglesby. Goes to the floor, keeps the dribble. That was key right there. Oglesby now fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. And for Howe now, it's just a matter of make your free throws, take care of business, and you're going to march on to tomorrow's semifinals. Oglesby on the night, below her average, just 23. Missed it. Kiefer has life. Melton had it, lost it, gets it back. Way outside, on the way, no good. Melton follows and scores 2 in a timeout. 59 seconds left. 58-51 is the score now. Well, you got to foul again.
Have to foul. You're running out of time, obviously, so you got to either go for a quick steal, quick turnover. If you don't get it, foul right away. They're still in the 1-on-1 for 2 more fouls. And see what happens. But, man, you think about so many opportunities that the Lady Trojans had around the rim. Some key turnovers, but more importantly, there were multiple opportunities to cut the lead to 3, cut the lead to 2, and they just could not convert. And then you pile it on when you come back down and give up an easy look or a wide open 3. And that is just a lethal combination for an L.
All right, here we go. Both teams back on the floor. Just under a minute to play. Howe to inbound. And if they don't get the steal right away, you would expect them to foul as their second option. Oglesby in the backcourt, immediately fouled, and she'll go back to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul.
She got that ball pretty easily on the inbounds there, Steve. You know, that's something you learn through experience. You do not want to put a player like her on the line in a critical situation. So a lot of times you'll pull the person off that's guarding the person throwing the ball in and double team their best player. She knocks them both down.
60-51 with 57 seconds left to play. Any type of missed shot or lost possession here for Kiefer will probably do them in.
Short.
It is short. It is rebounded. Loose underneath. Melton puts it up, scores 2. And a timeout called with 38 seconds left, but still a 3-possession game, 60-53, Howe on top. Tell you what, Melton has certainly done a good job. Remember, early in the contest, she went out, had an ankle situation, looked like she just got it retaped by one of the athletic trainers. And she has been pretty dominant since then, 22 points on the night.
As we mentioned, 26-0, and most of the contribution coming from a very seasoned class. They have, checking my notes here, 4 seniors on that team, and all 4 of those seniors major contributors to what they've accomplished this year.
First and foremost, they need to get it inbounds. They do to Oglesby. She's fouled. Just 2 seconds go off the clock. That'll be the 9th team foul, so the last 1-and-1 situation, rest of the way out, it's 2 automatic free throws.
You know, part of really good preparation, Steve, is especially when you're in a game that you have to win to move on to get the gold ball, you really, most of the time, will do a good job at scouting and making sure you know who the player is that's on the floor that you want to foul. And you also know the player on the floor that you don't want to foul.
Yeah. Oglesby makes them both. And barring a total collapse, that should be enough. 30 seconds left. 9-point advantage for the Howe Lady Lions. Melton, 3 from the corner on the way, no good. Follow shot, missed. Fought for underneath. Whistle blows. It's going to be a foul called against Kiefer, and that should do it with 20 seconds remaining. A 9-point lead. And we'll go to the other end of the floor, and Oglesby going to shoot 2 or another. This will be 2 free throws here.
Yeah, she's made her last 4. And
yeah, she's got the rhythm now.
Yeah, make that the last 5, and she's going to fall 1 point short of her season average. This one's for 29. No.
Missed it. 18 seconds left. Howe fans starting to sing their song. Oglesby with a steal. 11 seconds left. She'll drive it in, lay it up good, got the average, got the victory. Howe is going on to tomorrow's semifinals. Less than a second to play. And now the lead is 12, an insurmountable edge for the Howe Lady Lions. Big, big smiles across the girls' faces now. And that'll do it. Final score from the big house. Howe 65, Kiefer 53. We'll take a timeout, come back with a wrap-up for you on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week when we return.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Okay.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Well, another thrilling day here at the Big House in Oklahoma City. Our last contest saw Howe take down Kiefer 65-53. They advance to tomorrow's semifinal action. The first game in Class 2A Girls will be at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Number 1, Christian Heritage taking on number 7, Fairview. And then later this afternoon, at 4:30, it'll be number 2, Cashion taking on number 4, Howe. So numbers 1, 2, 4, and 7, pretty good semifinal field. in girls Class 2A basketball, Mark.
Very entertaining game, both evening games in the evening session. Really, really entertaining, but it's tough when you make it all the way to the quarterfinals of the state tournament, and the only loss that you have is that game during the quarterfinals. But a tremendous day of basketball here at the Big House. I know tomorrow with 8 games, everybody's chasing that gold ball, and very, very exciting place to be, especially Saturday.
All right. I want to thank all the guys here at the Big House, guys who take care of getting us the stats, Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association, and, of course, your Oklahoma Ford dealers for bringing you all the action tonight here from the Big House. For Mark Jeffries, I'm Steve Marshall. Have yourselves a great weekend. Get out and see some basketball this weekend.